What up, people? Hook here with a continuing saga of LEDs for one, Cyano bacteria for two, equipment, and rookie mistakes that even though I know better, I did, because when you get busy with real life incidents, work, medical issues, what have you, you tend to rush things to try and get shit done. So it's kind of what I did, and there was a fall from grace, so to speak, in the reef tank. So what the deal basically is this RODI unit that I've had for this will be 4 years with this same unit that I've got from Filter Direct. I've done a video in the past on where I've gotten this, and I've always replaced the filters using the kits that come with Filter Direct, which is right there. And I was watching a bulk reef supply video, and they're telling me about bacteria, and instead of just chloride, and I never really had an issue with it. He says they've been slowly switching over for about 18 months, so I figured I'd go ahead and jump the gun and get the filters from bulk reef supply that are sediment charcoal filters that are specifically for chloramines, and replace them in here. Now, problem with that is I don't have a bulk reef supply or a DI unit, and I didn't think filters were proprietary as far as replacement filters, because a lot of people sell them, and I have faith in bulk reef supply. I still do. It's just they did a video on their on YouTube about the chloramine filters, so I went ahead and got them and replaced them with my auto top off. I have it's a 32 gallon brew container that goes to JBJ auto top off right there. That's just hung on a couple of reactors that I got Kimmy Pure in, but this auto top off basically I only have to fill this maybe once every 3 weeks or so. I mean, it's roughly good for about a month. Still got some remnants on the side and on the bottom from calcium that I mix and use to put in here. But you know, the hose just goes down and fills into the sump. But anyway, the thing is I've been using, even before I got the lights, Cyano started showing up. As you can see, it's still in there, mainly on the gravel now. Oops, snow fell. Yeah, it's mainly on gravel and the substrate around all over. Still little remnants on, like back there by that snail. Snail's actually got some on it. That stuff there is basically regular red type algae, but you can tell from the Cyano looks like, because of the red bubbly look, and it's slimy. The rest of it's just coralline growing. But I mean, it's slowly disappearing, but only because I am nuking the shit out of it with GFO and very wet skimming for right now. I'm going to be draining this water out as soon as I replace the filters. The Cyano and the diatom started showing up before I got the lights, so the lights have nothing to do with cyanobacteria. Maybe a little bit with diatoms just because of the light adjustment, but it really has nothing to do with cyano. It has to do with bad water quality and bad water parameters. And a few videos back when I did an update, you could tell, because over here when I added this torch, before that there was quite a bit of diatom bloom happening over here, and I should have got the fucking clue at that point. I added both these LPS coils. Should have got the clue that something was going on. But with changing a lot of stuff at the same time, it's really hard to catch what the hell you're doing wrong. Like I said, I took a big, huge bag of charcoal out of here that'd been in there for a long time. The charcoal point wasn't doing anything for the water. When I put the chemi pure bags in, I took that out. The problem is that huge bag had, it was a nitrifying bacteria bag at that point, and I took it out, so that took filtration out. I hadn't been running GFO in here, and I hadn't been running the dual reactors that I have for bulk reef supply that I had. Basically charcoal in there and some GFO, which I've since changed to just a single. But I haven't been running that. I've just been letting the algae tank take care of, the remote refugium there, take care of everything. But the slow process of when I changed those filters out a couple months back is when shit started happening. And that's what caused all the cyano, and I'll get into that in a bit. So back to this Filter Direct RODI. This thing's $134. You can get it on the site, or $138, something like that. Really cheap, and it's 6-stage. It's got sediment, 2 carbons, membrane, and then 2 DI resin filters on the top that are horizontal, which people debate about, but whatever. As you can see, it is color changing, and when it starts getting brown like that, it's time to replace it. So I normally wait. Usually lasts a year, but the water over here just kind of, it's suckier than it was over at the other place, even though it's the same city water. It still sucks. In this section of town, it's just worse for some reason. So when I got these filters on there, and you'll see when I'll take a break and break it down and show you that there's a little bit of play in every single one of these. They're not exactly the same size, and what I want to do is compare them, because I didn't compare them to when I took them out. I just threw the old Filter Direct filters out and didn't compare sizes. I noticed there's a little play, but I figure they're pretty much all the same, because they fucking look exactly the same. When you sediment filter and carbon filter, so didn't seem like it would do anything. And the TDS meter still read 0, still read 0. It's up 3 now, so that's why I'm changing this out. But I went back to Filter Direct, and I never ever had a problem using these filters with this. So I'm thinking that because I mixed and matched and went with bulk resupply with their kit and changing, that it fucked something up, because that's when I started having problems. So that's what I've come down to narrow it down to. Lights ain't doing it, the feeding wasn't doing it, water changes, what have you. None of that shit was doing anything. The only thing that did it was because I was changed the filters and used another product that wasn't proprietary to this product. So unfortunately, that's the way business is. Everybody wants to make a buck, and they need to make a buck. They're in business to do that. So if I buy a bulk reef supply RODI unit, then I will use bulk reef supply filters. So, but I have a Filter Direct, so I will be using Filter Direct. But So this is the experiment part. I'm going to change out the filters, start using this water, and see how long it takes for the cyano to go away. So once I break this down, I'll be back. Okay, so got it unscrewed. This is the new filter, filter direct. This is the filter from bulk resupply. You can see this wording on that says in USA, and it's from Matrix. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. On this one, there's no significant marking whatsoever on here. So obviously there are different types of filters. And you know, I'm not knocking bulk resupply whatsoever. I'm just saying that if you have one of their RODIs, then use their filters, and vice versa. If you have one of these, use their filters. So that's that. Okay, and I'm going to turn on. This is the size comparison. As you can see from the naked eye, you can't fucking tell. You know, if these were both dry and you put them behind your back and show them to me, how the fuck am I gonna know? You're not gonna know. So the sediment filters look exactly the same. Over to the charcoal filters, you can see significant difference of the style that's happening. This is the bulk resupply here, and this is the filter direct. You can see the actual mesh is a lot tighter than the diamond mesh that they got going on here. Don't know if that makes a difference. You know, black washer as opposed to white. There's not really much difference in size. You know, as far as sealant goes, I mean, that may have significance. You know, I'm not a expert on gaskets and sealings and of stuff, but that may have a difference. I don't know. But as far as comparison to size, there's no difference. You know, there's no difference whatsoever. The only thing is that because of this bigger gasket on the bottom, that's why there was play. When you put it actually here, when you put this in, it's in there. It's like sturdy. When you put the bulk resupply in, stick this in there, and there's, you know, this thing wiggles all over the place. So that may have something to do with something. Like I said, you know, it's proprietary, so that's where that stands. And I'll go over the DI resin in a sec. Hey guys, we wanted to show you what it means by color changing. You can see the dark brown, light brown. This one's still not too bad. Bring it up here. But that's got some green left in it, if you can see it. That's what it looks like when it comes out of the bag. A brand new bag of this stuff is that color. So when you put them side by side, you know, that's what it means by color changing. It gets dark, and that is light. So you put it in there, it looks like that, and then once it's used up, it turns black like that. So, okay, so these DIs, let's take a cup or something like that, or whatever invention that you have to make it go into your funnels. Don't work that well because it's packed, but when you get it filled like that, obviously it's not filled because you got to pack it down. So you just kind of bang it on the ground. As you can see, you got a ton more in there. So yeah, you want to pack this shit as tight as possible to where up here in the threads, anything. So after you get through filling it, packing it as much as you can, basically to the top, you know, to where it's, I mean, if you push your thumb, when it gets to the top, you push your thumb on it, you don't want it to settle at all. You know, I mean, obviously there's going to be a little imprint when you put your thumb on it, but yeah, you want it filled up as much as possible, and of course wipe anything and everything off these threads, otherwise you'll get leaks. So yeah, it's a meticulous process, but